Viewers, what you are about to hear tonight is not just another headline, it's the kind of shocking discovery that could change everything we thought we knew about Yu Menglong's mysterious passing. For weeks, fans, investigators, and the media have been piecing together fragments of a puzzle that has haunted the entertainment industry. But now, whispers from inside forensic labs have surfaced, suggesting that DNA evidence, yes, actual DNA, may have been found on the scene, and it belongs not to Yu Menglong, but to a suspect whose identity has remained hidden in the shadows, until now. Stick with me, because what I'm about to reveal is layered with betrayal, fear, and jaw-dropping scenes that will leave you questioning everything. It's a silent night in the city, the kind where the streets feel too calm, almost staged. Outside the building where Yu Menglong's life tragically ended, the pavement is still marked by flowers, candles, and handwritten notes from heartbroken fans. But behind the mourning and the soft glow of vigil lights, inside locked forensic labs, experts have been working relentlessly, retracing every step, every touch, every trace of evidence. And just when everyone thought the case was reaching a dead-end, boom, the discovery of DNA changes the game. Rumors spread like wildfire, whispering that the DNA doesn't belong to any of Yu Menglong's known associates, not his closest friends, not his family, not his co-stars. No. Instead, the forensic team reportedly linked the evidence to someone who shouldn't have been anywhere near that building on that night. A shadowy figure, one whose name the public doesn't yet know, but whose presence at the scene could unravel the entire mystery. Now picture the lab scene where this revelation was first whispered. Under the harsh glare of bright fluorescent lights, forensic scientists in white coats huddle around a screen. The DNA sample, extracted from what insiders say was a piece of fabric snagged near the balcony railing, flashes on their monitors. The room grows heavy with silence, until one technician murmurs, "It's a match." Can you imagine the weight of that moment? The very instant when science cuts through the haze of speculation and confirms that someone else, someone hidden, was right there when Yu Menglong fell. And here's where things get mind-blowing. Reports suggest that the DNA wasn't just random, it was fresh. That means the person had been there that very night, perhaps minutes, maybe even seconds before the tragedy occurred. What does this mean? Could this person have been the last to see Yu Menglong alive? Could they have spoken to him, argued with him, or worse? The possibilities spiral out of control, and every angle adds a new layer of suspense. Meanwhile, fans across the world have taken to social media, dissecting every rumor. Some claim that the mysterious suspect was a fellow actor, someone close to Yu Menglong but locked in rivalry. Others argue it could be a shadow from his personal life, a friend turned foe. Still others suggest an unknown figure entirely, someone who had been watching, waiting, and seized the perfect opportunity. And here's a detail that gives chills. An eyewitness, who lives across the street from the building, claims they saw a figure leaving in a hurry just minutes before sirens filled the air. At first, this testimony was brushed aside. But with the DNA evidence now in play, that testimony suddenly feels too important to ignore. Who was that figure? Why were they there? And why has their identity been kept so secret up until now? Let's not forget how this case has been filled with strange, cinematic twists from the very start. The balcony fall at nearly 4 a.m. The missing minutes before the tragedy. The eerie silence of the building's hallway CCTV cameras, some of which mysteriously stopped recording during the crucial time window. And now this, a suspect's DNA, hanging like a ghost over the entire case. Insiders reveal that when investigators tried to trace the DNA match, they encountered roadblocks. Records, connections, affiliations all seemed deliberately obscured, almost as if someone with power didn't want this truth out. Does this point to a larger cover-up? Was Yu Menglong's passing not just a personal tragedy, but part of something bigger, darker, and more dangerous than anyone expected? Let's step back for a moment and imagine the final hours. Yu Menglong, returning home late, exhausted yet restless. Perhaps he was on a phone call, his voice hushed, pacing across his apartment floor. A knock at the door, maybe unexpected, maybe familiar. He opens it. Was it the suspect? Did words escalate into confrontation? Did it move to the balcony, where raised voices carried into the night before the unthinkable happened? Now, the DNA whispers of presence. It places this unknown figure right there in those final hours. And here's what's chilling: if the DNA is correct, then Yu Menglong's tragedy may not have been an accident at all. It may have been the result of someone else's hand, intentional or not, pushing events past the point of no return. The entertainment industry, usually buzzing with premieres, endorsements, and light-hearted gossip, is now draped in tension. Colleagues are silent, their statements careful, their eyes guarded. Some insiders are reportedly scared to even comment, afraid of drawing attention to themselves. Others, however, believe this DNA finding might finally be the turning point that brings justice, or at least truth, to light. But viewers, here's where I need you to think critically. DNA doesn't just place someone at the scene, it ties them directly into the chain of events. But why has the identity of the suspect not been revealed yet? Is it because the evidence is still being tested, or is it because revealing the name could trigger chaos, lawsuits, or even danger for those involved? And if insiders are already leaking whispers of this DNA, does it mean the official announcement is coming soon, or are these leaks a way to prepare the public for a truth too heavy to drop all at once? One thing is certain: the fans aren't letting this go. Online forums are ablaze with theories. Hashtags trend worldwide every night, demanding clarity. Fans share slowed-down CCTV clips, analyzing shadows, matching blurred outlines to possible suspects. Some even go as far as comparing voice leaks to past interviews of actors, directors, or close acquaintances. The public is essentially conducting its own investigation alongside the official one, and sometimes, that public pressure forces doors open that would otherwise remain closed. Imagine being the suspect right now. Every headline feels like a spotlight, every rumor like a dagger. They know that their DNA is out there, tied to a tragedy that has shocked millions. How long can they remain hidden before the storm finds them? And the question on everyone's mind: if this DNA truly belongs to a suspect, then why were they there? Was it revenge? Was it jealousy? Was it a confrontation gone wrong? Or could it have been something more twisted, an orchestrated plan that ended in chaos? The narrative is no longer simple. It's no longer just about a star who fell from a balcony under mysterious circumstances. It's now about secrets, lies, hidden presences, and the science that exposes them. And as forensic experts continue their quiet but powerful work, every new discovery threatens to pull the mask off the truth. Viewers, if you've been with me this far, you know this is no ordinary story. It's filled with scenes that could be straight out of a film: a silent balcony under the night sky, a lab glowing with the light of DNA evidence, a shadowy suspect trying to erase their tracks, and a grieving world demanding answers. And trust me, the next chapter in this unfolding mystery is going to be even more explosive. So now I turn to you: what do you think? Do you believe the DNA evidence truly points to a hidden suspect, or could it be a diversion, planted to shift the narrative? Could Yu Menglong's passing have been the result of deliberate action rather than accident? And who do you think this shadowy suspect could be? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's unravel this mystery together. Viewers, let's go back to that shocking revelation, the moment when whispers spread that forensic experts had discovered a suspect's DNA at the scene of Yu Menglong's tragic passing. That moment was not just a small update in the case, it was an earthquake, a piece of evidence powerful enough to shake the entire foundation of what we thought we knew. Tonight, let's peel back the curtain and dive deeper into how this discovery unfolded, what it could mean, and the chilling scenes that make this case feel straight out of a thriller. Picture the forensic laboratory late at night. The hum of machines fills the air, glowing screens illuminate tired faces, and tension hangs heavy. For weeks, experts sifted through every inch of evidence from the building, the balcony railing, fragments of clothing, the floor where Yu Menglong fell, even the faintest traces left behind on door handles. For a long time, it seemed hopeless, as though every lead dissolved into dust. But then came the breakthrough. A technician leaned in close to the monitor, his breath catching as the system flagged a hit. The DNA sample, extracted from fibers clinging to the railing, did not match Yu Menglong. It belonged to someone else. Someone who had no official reason to be there. Imagine the silence that must have filled that room. The only sound, the faint beeping of the machine confirming the match. The experts exchanged looks, their expressions tightening as if they had just stumbled on a truth too dangerous to speak aloud. One insider later described it like this: "We all felt the weight of that moment. It was like the air shifted. We weren't just looking at a tragedy anymore, we were looking at a crime." The scene itself is haunting. That DNA, invisible to the naked eye, suddenly transforms the balcony into more than just a place of sorrow. It becomes a crime scene, alive with the echoes of confrontation. You can almost see it, Menglong standing there, someone else dangerously close, words exchanged in a hushed but heated tone. Did that person touch the railing while leaning in? Did they grab him, shove him, or try to restrain him? That single trace of DNA carries the potential to answer the most haunting question: was this an accident, or something far more sinister? Fans, here's where it gets even more chilling. Rumors suggest that this wasn't just one small trace. Multiple fibers and fingerprints showed anomalies, pointing to a prolonged presence. This wasn't a quick passing by. Whoever it was, they were there long enough to leave behind pieces of themselves, pieces that science later exposed. That means this suspect didn't simply stumble into the building. They had intent. And then comes the twist: the forensic experts didn't just stop at analyzing the DNA. They reportedly cross-referenced it with a restricted database. And that's where the mystery deepens. The identity behind the DNA has been kept secret, but whispers suggest the name is not unfamiliar. Not a stranger. Not some random passerby. Insiders hint that it could be someone who has brushed shoulders with Menglong before, someone whose presence raises more questions than it answers. Now imagine the ripple effect. Investigators quietly visiting this suspect's known associates. Phone records being pulled, travel histories examined, private surveillance cameras replayed in slow motion. And all of this happening under the cover of silence, while the public remains in the dark. It feels like a movie script, doesn't it? Except this is painfully real. Let's pause and think about the final hours once more. If this suspect's DNA was fresh, it places them at the balcony that very night. So, what were they doing there? Did they come to reconcile, to confront, or to threaten? Was it a meeting gone wrong, or something premeditated? And why has their name not been released? Could the authorities be protecting the investigation, or is there something much darker being hidden from the public eye? Eyewitness accounts, once brushed aside, are now finding new life. A neighbor insists they heard raised voices before the fall. Another says they saw a figure fleeing into the shadows. These testimonies, combined with the DNA discovery, paint a picture that is too hard to ignore. It suggests tension, struggle, and perhaps even betrayal. Viewers, I want you to picture this chilling image: Yu Menglong, standing on that balcony, the city lights flickering below. Another figure steps closer, the air between them electric with anger, fear, or desperation. A hand brushes the railing, leaving behind traces of skin cells. Words are exchanged, words we may never hear. And then, in the silence of the night, everything changes forever. That is the power of DNA. It's not just evidence, it's a ghost of the truth, a silent witness that never forgets. And now, the entertainment world is on edge. If this suspect is revealed, it could shatter friendships, destroy careers, and rewrite the narrative of Yu Menglong's life. People who were once silent may be forced to speak. Those who thought they were safe may suddenly find the spotlight of suspicion shining directly on them. And fans, you can bet the world will be watching every second of it. But here's the question I leave with you. Do you believe this DNA evidence is the smoking gun we've all been waiting for, or is it just another twist in a case already overflowing with mystery? Could it be that this suspect holds the final key to what really happened on that fateful night? Or is there yet another layer of secrets still waiting to be uncovered? If you've made it this far, you already know this story is not ordinary. It's filled with suspense, with questions, with shadows that refuse to fade. And as new details emerge, we'll be right here unraveling them together. So now, I want to hear from you. Do you think the DNA truly belongs to the real suspect, or is someone trying to frame an innocent person? Could this discovery mean we are finally close to the truth, or does it only deepen the mystery? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, let's get the conversation going. Before you leave, don't forget to like this video if you want the truth to keep coming out, share it with your friends so they can join the discussion, And hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next mind-blowing update. This story is far from over, and trust me, the next revelations are going to be even bigger. Stay tuned.